I'm Mark Sherman. I cover the Supreme Court for the Associated Press. The Supreme Court on Monday seemed to wrestle with an important bankruptcy case involving the maker of OxyContin, a drug at the center of the opioid epidemic. The court wrestled with whether to approve a deal that would provide billions of dollars to victims and prevention and treatment programs for opioid abuse that would come from the members of the Sackler family that own Purdue Pharma.
Strike down the deal!
Strike down the deal!
Strike down the deal!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
So I can read the sign.
Hi everybody, my name is Bree James.
So
I
these are
created
all
Breaking
from my one
Whitney
class
Project in
in
honor
school.
of my sister Whitney James, who
I went
passed
to
away
school with
of
all of
an
them.
overdose in
My son's got
2018.
The bankruptcy deal was approved by roughly 97% of the people involved, and that includes representatives of more than 60,000 victims. So the settlement had overwhelming approval among both the victims of the opioid crisis who were involved in this, as well as other creditors. But not everyone approved, including the Biden administration. And the court is trying to decide how much weight to give to those objections. On the one hand, the Sacklers are putting in up to $6 billion of their money, obviously the profits that they reaped over the years from the sale of OxyContin. On the other hand, they are being shielded, they would be shielded under this agreement from further lawsuits. And the opponents of the deal say that it's not appropriate to shield the Sacklers from further lawsuits. I mean, the Sacklers themselves are not part of this bankruptcy, are not part of the bankruptcy. It's the company that's involved. The question about whether people who have not themselves declared bankruptcy can be shielded from lawsuits is important, not just for this deal, but for other bankruptcies where the same issue has arisen. And so the court was conscious of that today. The justices seemed torn about getting in the way of a deal that was so exhaustively negotiated, but also leery of providing some sort of reward, or what they might be perceived as a reward, for the Sackler family. Now, lawyers both for the Purdue Pharma, which would emerge from the bankruptcy as a different entity and whose profits would be used for prevention treatment, as well as lawyers for the creditors, said that this is really the only way to a deal, this agreement with the Sackler family, because otherwise the deal would fall apart and there's no guarantee that victims would get anything going forward.